Hi, it is the human operating system time. So after I share the recent YouTube on the does Bruce Lee know Wing Chun and the Wing Chun shoulder legacy, there are a few discussions and messages to me from different people, different friends, and some of it saying this. Some people will say this. Hendrik, it is not the shoulder. The shoulder is not the issue, it's this. It's the leg. Okay? Now, obviously, this particular group of people have not watched my other in-span video on the momentum and the shoulder. Okay? And obviously, they don't understand what is this saying in the previous video. And so they say, well, you have to need the shoulder, you need the legs, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So that gave me inspirations today to share with you this. First thing, if one have Kung Fu, their body signature under dynamic condition can be scanned and read. So whether one have Kung Fu or not, one know, because this body signature can be read. In this channel, for a few times I said the 6 core elements can be read. 6 core elements, the body, the mind, the breathing, the chi flow, the force flow, and the momentum can be read. Okay? So this is not magic. If you know it, you have accomplished it, you have experience with it, then you can read it. That's how you read your opponent, that's how you read your student. If you want to teach your student, you need to be able to read it. And that's how you read yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to improve? So in the basic Wing Chun Art and Science book, which I published, I clearly wrote down that 6 core elements. And in Wing Chun Matrix, I clearly write down that if it is Wing Chun short strike, okay, Wing Chun is not Tai Chi, not all internal art stuff, it is under Shaolin short strike. It is kids or offspring or evolution. One need to know there are 3 parts: the leg, the body core, and the arm part. That 3 part, okay? This 3 part has to be aligned. The leg part, the body core part, the arm part. And the guy, a group of people who tell me about this, meaning that they have no idea of the core, the body core part. And so it doesn't work. If people thinking it's leg, it's arm, or leg and arm, say we training all this Wing Chun techniques, and then we see Bruce Lee and they say, well, this is leg, but you're missing the core. It's not going to work. That's why last time I asked people, oh, you practice Xiu Lim Tao. Do you practice your core? You practice wooden dummy. Do you practice your core? You say structure and all this kind of stuff. Do you practice your core? Well, so either it is missing this or missing this or missing this, or you have 2, you miss 1. Well, how is that supposed to work? And in fact, short strike art of the traditional Chinese martial art, the core is the number 1, because if you don't know how to handle the core, you cannot get in, you cannot shoot in, and then your legs support it. That's where you generate your momentum. Your core is a lot of weight there. If a momentum is envy, your body weight is your core, and then your feet support it, and then this arm is supporting it. as saying in the Shaolin Short Strike document. So without the basic education, which is I show here, and you really, what are we doing? Okay, and then you say, "Oh, no, face Xu Xiaodong." Well, you can have a lot of argument or keyboard warrior to fight Xu Xiaodong, but you don't even know what is the basic. Not to mention this. You want to go short strike in the same book? There are 4 momentum handle. There are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Without be able to handle this 4 momentum handle, you just stand there, structure or practice your Xiu Lim Tao, your wooden dummy without knowing how to handle this 4 momentum handle, which is handling the body, the core, the legs, and the arm. One practically can move this body effectively. Okay, cannot get close. So it is a mess if one do not see this full picture. That's why I wrote this book again, show you what is exactly happened in the ancient, what is the thing which need to be pay attention. And that's also why I wrote a chapter here on momentum. Okay, all the key on momentum. It is very critical there. Okay, that's one chapter on momentum realizations. What is happened? So without this basic, you watch those as the other day I said that the movie and so forth. I mean, how are you going to make it work? Now, saying this, the basic. Let's look at Bruce Lee. Look at Bruce Lee's the core, the leg, and the arm signature. Let's look at it. This is science, okay? You look at this is in his demo, you know, those sparring, those things, you know, the demo, usual day demo. You look at his shoulder, you look at his core, you look at his the feet, how he handled the legs, okay, how he slant in like that. If you look at it, you look at his inch punch, how is it slanting like that. You look at when in the movie, you know, even though it's movie, but when it is at dynamic, you can read him. You see, this is his ordinary, I mean, natural, you know, this is balance. But once you get into the fighting position, now he come, you see it come again. The shoulder slant in, the core and the feet is supporting, okay? You look at this. Okay, then the weight is at front. If I just show you this thing for clear, then the weight at front is kind of slanting in. Or there's other picture which is more clear for you so that you can see it clearly. So the characteristic is the weight at front, this is slanting in, the body is slant like that, the shoulder is going down. I mean, so same thing. So you know, either movie or demonstrations in the martial art meeting, you read his body, and this person is like Bruce Lee here. Even though you say this movie, but you read his body, this is his habitual, and you know that he know this thing is ready to shoot in any time. You get close, you're dead, because the entire body, entire momentum, and the shoulder, everything, you're going to shoot in really fast. And if you are straight, your elbow is like that, try it. Okay, try it. You face people with elbow up like that, or like that. With your face elbow or people with that, and see which one go right away in. If I go like that, okay, or if I go like that, okay, like lean back, parallel, or lean forward, and see how I can charge in fast. Try it. So this 4 handle has to be handled. Okay, it's like the 4-wheel drive of the car. Thus, the leg, the core, the arm, it has to be dynamically aligned up. The core is the major important for short strike like Wing Chun. The feet supporting it, the arm come as the subordinary. When you get in close, then you switch with the thing, how it changes. That's how the reality is. Did I invented it or I created it? No. It is the Shaolin short strike. It is the Shaolin short strike. I don't invent anything. I'm not grandmaster or anything. I just reveal what it is the ancient is teaching. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you. Whether you have the Kung Fu or not, people can read you. And in this case, you know Bruce Lee is good. In the movie, in the demonstrations, in the martial art gathering and everything, it show you. And I bet you even he can do it in the sleep. Because the body already conditioned. That is the optimizations of the body handling. And the optimizations of the momentum handling. Okay? Now you see people like that, how are you going to fight with him? You can. You know, we today we know Bruce Lee by his kicks. But in the real life, I have never met him, and I wish I lived 60 years ago in here in the same place so I can drive 50 miles up to see Bruce. I bet you his hand getting close is much better than his leg. His leg probably is for movie making, but it's the real life. When you get thing, he's going to charge in and shoot you. I think last 1 or 2 punch. That's all. If you want to face Bruce Lee, and if we, ordinary people can only last 1 or 2 punch. He's going to go close and shoot in and bam, over. Okay, he's very good in that. So this is not the same with the usual Wing Chun movie today. You lean back, you go straight, you have hand, and then the most you say, well, I want to demonstrate, mimic Bruce Lee using my leg to push. It's not. It's the Bruce Lee is the entire body go, and then it's spin. It is dynamic. That's why Bruce Lee said, what? Be like water, my friend. That is a momentum play, and that is a quote to Sun Tzu, as I wrote in this book. In the first chapter on the Sun Tzu and on the General Qi Ji Guang. That is the reality, the core. And if you don't have that, and if we don't have that and keeping argue like in the internet on this thing, that means we have no clue what the heck we are doing. Okay. So yes, like before, in the last previous one, I said the shoulder legacy of Wing Chun. It is not the unmovable elbow. You look at Bruce Lee. Did his elbow unmovable? Or his body is a quote to the Shaolin short strike where his body aligned, the shoulder a quote to the Shaolin short strike, the handling of that, and then the body aligned, the feet supported, generate the momentum, and the entire body go, and then it can spin. Be like water, my friend. It is technology, it is not philosophy. People this day thinking, oh, Bruce Lee is good in philosophy. It is not. He's describing what it is. Sure, he studied philosophy. Bruce studied philosophy, but he is describing what it is. It is not philosophy. It's like today, like Buddhism, Zen, meditation, and everything. People say, well, Buddhism is a philosophy. It is not. It is the descriptions of what it is. It's not like the other philosophy, the other that I mentioned. Or when you owe money, you have to pay. Then another guy said, no, you shouldn't pay because if that guy is a drug addict, he's going to use the money you pay him to buy more drugs. Well, that's called nonsense, idiotic stuff. When you want to look into martial arts, Wing Chun, Buddhism, it's not that. And as what I say, stop doing this fudging stuff. If you don't know how to handle your shoulder, you don't know handle your the core, the body, and the leg, and then you have no control or never train in the 4 momentum handles, forget about it. You can fudging, you can shake your body. Look at how many people get KO by Xi Xiaodong. Everybody know how to do pressure point strike and fudging and shaking their body and that is not even the real traditional Chinese martial arts. The traditional Chinese martial arts, that's why I translate this book to show you what the heck is going on. So this is what I like to share with you today. Now let's not keeping saying, I like to preserve traditional Chinese martial art. I want to preserve Wing Chun. I want to preserve this and that. Yet we are not following what the Shaolin document and the real ancestor teaching. You know what we are doing? We are actually boosting our own lineage, our own Sifu, our own grandmaster. And that means our own benefit because our title, right? Instead of looking into the traditional Chinese martial arts science. And when we do that, what is that? It just benefit ourselves, our title, our grandmaster, our lineage, our style. But do we care for what is exactly happened in the traditional Chinese martial art, the Chinese culture? Obviously, in this case, no. And obviously, you look at Bruce Lee, he's not bullshitting. He really go investigate what is working, what is it. So this is to share with you. Now I know what I'm saying today will be maybe disruptive for many people, but hey, be honest. Are we loyal to ourselves, our title, and our grandmaster titles, our Sifu's title, our lineage title, our style's title, or are we royal and be honest with traditional Chinese martial arts? You look at the Chinese history, you see the Korean, the Japanese, or the Okinawan. They inherit things from China. They keep it as it is. They don't, like, you look at Chinese today, today it will be the Hendrik Qigong, and then tomorrow with the Zhou Qigong. Everybody's Qigong. But you look like the Japanese, the Korean, they keep the general Qigong's classic, they keep it as it is. And they keep it as it is. They value the tradition, the real tradition. They are not value themselves and saying themselves is tradition. Okay, so this is an issue for the Chinese culture. You probably today, if you get people from Red Boat to come time travel to today, I bet you they have no idea what is the Wing Chun of today compared with what they have, because what they have is according to the Shaolin short strike. And you see, Bruce Lee use it. It works, right? And the guy who not using as Bruce Lee, does it work? It doesn't. Who you can test? Xu Xiaodong. Okay? Look at the Xu Xiaodong fight with the Wing Chuners and so forth. Those are not as Bruce Lee. It's not about level, it is about basic educations. Okay? So what I'm saying this is because you care about Wing Chun. You really? You care about Bruce Lee? You really? Or you just want to use Bruce Lee to boost yourself, to make more money, to make more fame? You want to use Wing Chun to make more money, make more fame, and then you are the grandmaster. You want that? Or you want to be honestly tell what is Wing Chun, what is Bruce Lee doing, and really admit and appreciate what the ancient Sifu or Bruce Lee is presenting, instead of just using somebody as a stepping stone to boot oneself up. So today what I share with you, the core, the legs, the arm has to be there intact. The 4 momentum handle has to be in there. That's the basic educations. Bruce have that. Bruce is good, period. 60 years ago. Now I'm 60 years later after doing a lot of research, I can tell you this. But Bruce here living in Oakland 60 years ago, he doesn't have all the document I have. He doesn't meet all the Sifu I met. Okay?